Matt Meehan here for IrishBoxingCom. Paul Loonam, it's been a while since we've chatted. You have a date in the 3ARENA in September. It's been somewhat a kind of a level up in terms of, a venue. It's been the Red Cow to start off with your debut and a few fights there. And then it was the National Stadium. And now it's the biggest indoor stadium in the Republic, obviously the 3ARENA. So one of the biggest indoor stadiums, arenas really. I say it's kind of a pinch me moment in a way. First off, on a massive card, the return of the Mick, Conley against Basin. But again, first off, how are you?
Yeah, all good, Matt. All is good. Thanks for having me on as usual. You're a gent, doing great things too. But yeah, no, look, really looking forward to this. It's a great opportunity that I'm going to take with both hands. As you said, it's a step up in terms of venue. I'm working alongside a big promoter over in the UK and in Europe, so it'd be nice to be on that show, get the feel for the big time boxing, and look, big thanks to Jay. Jay's after providing me with this opportunity. So it's great that he's after doing that for me, and I just have to take it with both hands now.
Was it something that you always dreamed of really in the training at Bar? Probably you dreamed of a show in Tullamore, in the centre of Tullamore. But listen, that could also happen someday, hopefully, with blessed be to God. But listen, I say it's kind of a bit of again a pinch me moment.
Yeah, definitely a pinch me moment. Stuff of dreams. It's where I kind of want to be and where I need to be for myself to progress in my career. Um, yeah, but definitely another one in the of my dreams is to box in my hometown of Tullamore. So we'll definitely make that happen, and I'm sure with the way Jay does things, he'll want to make that happen for me. So that'll happen in the near future. But the 3 Arena card, it's a huge card. Everyone's delighted. Like even my sister got the Ticketmaster ticket off me, and she couldn't believe like I think she said she has a One Direction Ticketmaster still, but now she has one for my fight. So it's kind of a pinch me moment for everyone, not just me.
Um, like in terms of opposition, have you heard anything about who'll be across the corner from you?
Yeah, I'll be fighting Jake Pollard in a 6 round fight.
Nice. So it's you fought Jake before, have you?
Yeah, I have. I fought Jake in my third professional
Yeah.
fight. He'd be
He's
good
a
to meet.
lovely lad, so I say be a good scrap.
Yeah, Jake's a good lad. I've been following him for a while. He does his job very well, and he's one of the he keeps the boxing apart, and he keeps you know keeps everything together in terms of what
Yeah.
he does. And yeah, no, he's a great lad. I'm gonna have to be on my A game, and look, I think I'll be able to show the improvements I've made since my last fight with him. And look, that'll all depend on the night, but I'm hoping to do that.
You've probably been to a few true boxing shows. You've been on this earth anyways longer than me, so you could have gone to one or two Banner Dunn shows. Who knows? But like, have you been to a few boxing shows? And I guess you were kind of in your own head that'll be me one day, and it is now you, I guess, if you get me.
Yeah, I've been at some of the big time fights. Been to a couple of them in Belfast as well. The Mick Conlon cards in Belfast. Myself and Carolina, we went up 2 years ago. Conlon fought in the SSE. I've been to the Fela and the Falls Park, so seeing them shows, I always kind of had that thing in my head where I didn't really want to go to just watch the shows. I kind of wanted to go and box in them, but I always thought like I'll be back here boxing in them. So it'd be great to be in the 3 Arena on the big time scene, and boxing in the show. So it's gonna be class.
You have a plateau of fans and not fans and family and everyone else kind of around you supporting it. So I say to you about six or seven buses from Pollard anyways coming up to Dublin.
Yeah, there's a good lot of buses going up. There's a couple of buses being organised. It's the most tickets I've sold so far for any fight. So look, everyone wants to support me as well with the hard times that just happened, and it'll be great. It'll be a good boost now for the family to be up there in the 3 Arena, for me to be boxing in there, and then hopefully get the win against Jake. I can't take anything for granted. With Jake, he's dangerous. We seen that 2 weeks ago. Or it was actually, sorry, last weekend.
Yeah.
He put a guy down. So you always have to be on your A game. So look, it's a boost regardless to be having such an event for my fans and my family to go up to, and hopefully we'll tick the box of the win then on that night.
I've been hearing around that. before obviously Paul Loonam Senior he tragically passed away. You had a phone call in between you and him, and he said to you in that phone call that give me a call when that 3ARENA show was getting announced, and we'll talk more. Obviously, that call never happened. Um, can you just kind of really go in a small bit if you want to, just kind of really more about that and obviously the inspiration and the impact that he's had on your life.
Yeah, he's shown me many things. My dad, he showed me how to, be a father when, how the values that he carried through with our family, from him being a father, he's given me them tools and values for me to carry on for my son Gianni and hopefully more kids in the future. Um, yeah, look, he's been a critical part of life. He always had he always had everything to give. If anyone needed anything, he was there. He was a helping hand for everybody, and no questions asked. Just got things done. Never wanted any sort of publicity or thanks for anything. It was just a done thing. And look, everybody that was close to my dad, and even that weren't that close, knows that he was a gent of a man. That he'd do anything for anyone. And he always wanted the best for me, my family, and my career. So he supported on the long road from, I think I joined boxing when I was 7, and then my dad started coaching me from 10. My dad and my brother were coaching me from 10 years and up. So they've been there. He's been the driving force in anything, no matter international trips need to be paid for. He was there. There was no questions asked. So look, to be honest, I wouldn't be the boxer I am today without my dad. And look, I just need to drive forward and push forward for myself in his memory. Like he was a king to me, That's the way I kind of looked at it, and I always told him every day that I appreciate what he done, and he knew that he was loved by me, and I did really appreciate all the support he gave me through my career. And I just now need to belt on and kind of do this for him, but also for myself, but for him. So look, that's what I'm gonna have to do. And yeah, the last phone call, um, we had he actually, sorry, he told me, he said on a voice note, he said give me a buzz back later and let me know the crack with the show, because I was talking to my brother that morning, Wednesday morning on the 9th, and I was chatting to Kevin, and Kevin said any fights coming up, and I said Jay has proposed the 3ARENA card to me. He said he's just trying to sort it out. So I was thinking, the way boxing shows are, Matt, sometimes you're told things and they might come true, but this was looking like I was getting the 3ARENA slot. And my dad said, I was chatting to Kevin, he said, what's the crack with the show? He said, I heard it's a Mick Conlon show or something. He said, get back to me if you can. I said, I'll give you a buzz later. Um, then obviously the tragic event happened, and look, I didn't get to give him that call, but I'm gonna go and do this now for him and kind of for myself and my family too. So look, it'd be nice to remember him, and I'm gonna have to keep my head screwed on and kind of block out all that noise from fighting, because I have to be clever, be switched on in the ring, because that's what he'd want me to be. So I'm gonna have to put my full focus into the fight, and then after I can look back on it and say, I done this for him, and we'll have to push on then further than that, because it wouldn't be good enough for him yet.
I get you. Your dad will live long in the memory of Irish boxing, wherever he goes, especially in the GA community as well, because I knew he was a massive member of the local GA community. So may your dad rest in peace, in heaven. I just to move on swiftly, and calmly as well at the same time. Obviously, Rudy versus Matty has been ordered and has will be fighting on the Crocodile rematch card. Obviously, you probably wanted to get on that, as every other boxer wanted to get on that. There was a list of 40 people, but the question I want to ask you, Paul, is: would you like to win off that fight if that ever comes to terms? If that makes sense?
Yeah. Well, look, I think it would make sense. Look, it's my first camp back without my dad and the driving force in my boxing. So I just wanted to see how I get on in my next fight. So in the 3ARENA against Jake, see how that goes first, and then after I'll know how I'm feeling. Because I don't know what emotions it's going to bring up. I think it's going to light a fire in my belly that I never had before. But I just need to deal with this fight first,
Mhm.
and see how it goes, and then after that, then we can make plans. Now I'm sure Jay probably has plans in the pipeline, but we're just going to have to kind of I want to see how we get on with this. It's not an easy fight. It's not a walkover. It's not a win straight into my pocket. Like it is a fight, and it's especially on the big stage. So just want to see how we deal with all of that, and then especially with not having my dad there, see how that goes first, and then we can make a plan. Sit down with Jay, me, Niall, and Kevin, and make a plan then for the future.
Can I ask who will be in the corner on September 5th?
September 5th, head coach Niall Barrett. Then you'll have my brother, he'd be second to Niall,
Kevin.
just after getting his license sorted, which is great. Niall got that sorted for him.
Nice.
And then we'll have Cuts Kennedy, Mark in the corner as well, doing the Cuts. Big Mark.
Um, I've never knew that Kevin was a big boxing man until a few weeks ago. The man can throw hands. He can throw hands.
How do you know?
I showed this social media clips and that. I can see it on the phone. Like,
I know he boxed, he boxed, I'd say he has probably close to 50 fights
okay.
himself as an amateur. Um, Always boxed for the army for a while. I think he used to spar Paul Ryan back in the day. The army team used to be up in Crumlin. He used to spar Paul Ryan. He's boxed some good guys. He boxed Dominic Donegan before. He boxed actually. There was an Ireland select versus the Italian team,
Yeah.
and he boxed twice against the Italian elite champion, and he actually won.
Nice.
Um, so that was Paddy Gallagher ran that show,
Yeah.
and I boxed on the same show as well, and I beat the
Nice.
Italian too. So um,
Let's go.
I actually, we were talking because my granny's Italian, my dad's
Yeah.
mom, Italian, and it was the only day she was rooting for the Irish against the Italians. When we were watching them, yeah, no, to be honest, he has a very good boxing brain, very
Mm,
kind of common sense with things. We've been, gelling. He's coached me since I've been 5 or 6. He put on
mm,
my tough pair of gloves onto me. He's been boxing since back in the day. He boxed Martin Wall before I think in an Irish final. Boxed a lot of people up and down throughout the years. So he
nice.
definitely has the head for boxing. And look, he's after starting his own business, Midlands Real Estate, 2 years ago. So
Big
instead
up
of
the
boxing,
Midlands.
yeah, that's it. But instead of boxing, he's been focusing his kind of focusing his time on his business.
Nice. Hopefully that business is going successful for him as well. Hopefully. Anyways.
Shout out to Emery, one of my sponsors.
Nice. Um, does the does the trivia kind of scare you in a way? Now, in a good way, obviously, you could, like, being nervous and stuff because it's a big show and you're live on telly, Channel 5 worldwide. Well, obviously based in the UK, but it will be worldwide on a streaming platform. And Jay Pollard, as you said, he's a tough journeyman. Last week, obviously, the week before, he put a man down. So, and he said it's a fight, like it's not an easy walkover. Like, this is a scrap.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it's gonna I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I'm in there. Like only time will tell. I do my best to familiarize myself with things, walking around the 3ARENA, trying to maybe get into the ring beforehand, just familiarize myself and kind of visualize what it's gonna feel like when I'm actually in that ring fighting against Jake. So yeah, no, look, time will tell, and look, I think I'll deal with the pressure very, very well, and as they say, pressure's made for diamonds. So
And you are that diamond, Paul. You are that diamond.
that's the plan anyway. So we'll see on the night. Anyway, it's a good night for the fans to support, and look, they're after supporting me from the Red Cow days, and now we're on the Mick Conlon bill and the 3ARENA. So it's great kind of get for me to give back to them that, the value for money and the support that we are going somewhere, and hopefully bigger and better things too.
Have you chatted to Mick at all recently?
Yeah,
After the announcement?
Yeah, Mick sent me a nice message last night when he seen my interview with Boxing Tickets NI, and he just said, you do this for your dad, mate." So I just said thank you for the support and helping me to get onto a platform like this. So I'm sure over the next couple of weeks and on fight week I'll be chatting with Mick more. Yeah.
He's a great guy as well. So, and he topped the bill. So, and a great fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracker of a fight. Obviously, I think Mick will do the job and do it in style. But as I said before, time will tell. We'll have to see on the
Exactly.
night.
You were ringside for Kelsey Leonard's pro debut. Just talk to me a bit about that. Really, a sensational stoppage, and a lovely right hand straight down the pipe, just to the edge of the head of Kira Carter, and a beautifully timed shot as well. Just kind of a brief recap on the night itself and the performance.
Yeah, it was a dream debut performance for Kelsey. Um, she kind of showed what she's all about. She can box, she can take her time, she can be patient, but when she needs to turn it on and get the job done, she can do that. And you could see at each stage she knew what she was doing. The first round she was a little bit cautious, taking her time, which is normal. Your pro debut, you're wearing the 8 ounce gloves for the first time. And then in the second round, I think she was told by her corner to just go and finish the job now, and that's what she done. So, look, she executed everything to a T, and I'm just looking forward to seeing her back out again, hopefully soon.
Is there any date that you know of that she could be back
No,
out soon?
not at the minute, Matt. No, I don't know.
Okay, no bother. Paul, on that, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much, and thanks to IrishBoxing.com as well. Appreciate it.